what are you going to discover within the first 10 days of November is going to be absolutely huge. What are you going to discover, my gorgeous Leone, is most certainly going to turn your life around immediately. Do you know why? Do you know why that is? Because for the first time in absolute ages, things are going to start looking so brilliant for you. Indeed. And I'm saying this only because, within the last few months, things haven't been easy for you, purely because you have been going through this negative change in circumstances, which I did mention in my previous videos. So this is why things have been a little bit more difficult for you, because certain things in your life had to be placed on hold. Now it's like really entirely up to us how we're going to deal with these situations. If we are going to be patient enough to wait for our moment in time, or, are we going to make an impulsive mistake? Thank God, my gorgeous Leone, based on this, there is no way that you've made an impulsive mistake. And even if you do not know what am I talking about right now, trust me, by the 15th of November 2024, this in itself is going to be absolutely obvious. Your number, when it comes to numerology, it's number 1. Oh my God. This signifies the fact that such a great energy it's about to return into your life. On another hand, from the beginning of November, you are going to slowly but surely start feeling this particular energy. It is not going to be obvious immediately, but the way this is going to start unfolding in your life is, things are going to pick up in such a subtle way when it comes to you kind of remembering your amazing ideas. This is all going to be really refreshed. These are not just any ideas, my gorgeous Leones. These are important ideas that means to you so much. These are the ideas how you want to live your life. These are the ideas how you want your life to be. So of course this is a lot to do with your destiny. So it's something that cannot be ignored or avoided whatsoever. So going back to these first 10 days of November, you are going to make this huge discovery, and this discovery at that moment in time, it's literally going to turn your life around, because this discovery, it's all about, oh thank God, you will realize that very, very soon, you are going to be able to start this absolutely major thing for you. Okay, something absolutely major. When I say that you are going to be able to start something so major, well, it's to do with lots of problems that you have been going through that have been affecting you, so you couldn't carry on on this specific path. Things have been slowed down, sadly, but then again, at the same time, this is not again going to be obvious now. In a couple of months' time, you will realize that this time in between was ever so important when it comes to you gathering certain information that is not as obvious just now. But later on, this is going to be absolutely clear. So what are you going to discover? It's going to pick you up instantly. It's going to make you realize that it's just you about realizing, oh my God, I'm so glad. It is this absolutely massive light at the end of the tunnel. So this discovery that I'm talking about, it's about this realization. It's to do with this specific information which is most certainly going to liberate you. It's going to set you free, because now for the first time in absolute ages, you're going to be able to kind of focus on this. This is like the beginning of some kind of a new stage in your life. This is the beginning of one of the most important projects ever. And this is to do with an idea which you've had for absolute ages, but you couldn't do anything about it. So now things are going to start working in your favor. Whatever you're going to discover, whatever this information is, this is not only going to turn your life around, but at that moment in time, this is going to enlighten you. Enlighten you. People throw that word around like a big mama. You know, people throw that word around without even understanding what this really means sometimes. But when I say that this is going to enlighten you, it means that at that moment in time, you're going to become so much more wiser. And I'm not saying that you weren't wise, but you will go on a different level, baby. You will not even be aware of this straight away. But it's about you. It's important to have the moment of enlightenment, because at the same time we start seeing things from a completely different light, from a completely different angle. So therefore we're able to move on with our lives, and it prevents us to question things we shouldn't question. That kind of puts us in this position where we become indecisive with things that are absolutely obvious. My gorgeous Leonie, there is so much more to this. This is absolutely brilliant indeed. The next important, so these first 10 days of November are gonna be super significant indeed. Another date, which is gonna be on the 11th of November. On the 11th of November, oh my goodness, you see, you are going to have such a good news. Listen, on the 11th of November, you are going to have such a brilliant news. And let me tell you something, let me be clear here. Even if it doesn't happen on the 11th of November, you always kind of remember it's going to happen at around that time. Even if it doesn't happen on the 11th of November exactly, it's going to happen at around that particular time. So at around the 11th of November, you are going to have this absolutely brilliant news. Okay, and this amazing news, you are going to have very positive, brilliant news, and the moment in time you have this news, your faith, it's going to be restored. And to have your faith restored on the 11th of November, 11, such a powerful number, such a powerful number. To have or at around the 11th of November, it's still close to that number where we are having such a personal thing going on. You know, it's to do with our own personal awakening, which is so personal to us, so big, so you know, it's so unique what's going to actually happen here. And you know, this positive news that you are going to have, this amazing news, your faith is going to be restored, because on one hand, there are two major things which are really literally going to come out of it, okay? There are two major things which are going to come out of it. Number one, I say your faith is going to be restored, baby. And that means that you are going to realize exactly what you want. You are going to realize how you want your life to be exactly. You're going to realize your dreams. You know, some of you are going to realize your dreams for the first time ever, maybe. And some of you are going to have this beautiful spiritual confirmation. You know, this beautiful spiritual confirmation, like when it comes to like the dreams that you've already had, the dreams that you already have. You know, this is going to be such a big moment where you are going to realize your dreams, or your dreams are going to be confirmed. Just remember that positive news, it's going to open your eyes, it's going to awaken you, and it's going to most certainly, you know, your faith, it's going to be restored. And another thing that I said, so first of all, you're going to realize your dreams, or your dreams are going to be confirmed on this day. Such a beautiful moment. Such a beautiful moment, seriously. And another thing is, you will also know, like almost immediately, what to do with this particular problem. My God, with this particular problem that was causing you so many issues, my gorgeous Leonie. You know, and honestly, to be quite honest with you, this particular problem you were worrying about so much, and this particular problem, for the last few months, there was, you know, this particular problem was really causing you so much stress and so many problems. you know, like a one problem caused like the whole chain reaction with so many other things in your life. So of course that this is going to be felt on such a high level. Seriously, if this doesn't elevate you, my gorgeous Leonie, seriously, I don't know what will, but it will. It will. You will notice how much more energy you are in itself going to have from the 11th of November onwards, you know. So you know, you will also know what to do with this particular problem exactly. And I suppose that's part of that really positive message that you are going to have. And at the same time, this is all going to lead towards you being really excited, but it gets a little bit more complex, you see, right now. Sorry, you are going to be really excited, but I don't know how to explain this. You are going to be very happy and excited because you will be able to do something for a while, only for a while, only for a certain amount of time. And this in itself is going to be like the beginning of like a little adventure in your life. This is going to be the this is going to lead towards the beginning of a little adventure in your life where it's going to be completely clearly obvious for you that you're going to need to do something just for a while. And this, you're going to need to do something for a while, for a certain amount of time, and after you finish this, after this stops, you will be able to like really kind of, my God, just kind of focus on your dreams and focus on this major turning point in your life. This is going to lead probably towards the biggest turning point you've ever had in your entire existence on this earth. This is how big this is going to be. And I really hope this is not too confusing, my gorgeous Leonie, but you know what my readings are like. You know, I do the reading and I get like all sorts of informations in between that I really think it would be fair for me to say this to you. So, you know, so you're going to need to do something for a while. What you're going to need to do for a while, it may not be like completely ideal or whatever. I think that there are going to be elements of, oh God, I need to do this for a while, but you're still going to be really excited because this is going to turn into a little adventure. And this part of your life, it's super important and it's super relevant when it comes to you very, very soon making one of the biggest changes of your life ever. And my gorgeous Leonie, again, I very strongly feel that in 1 year time, because this is all going to lead towards you coming up with a new plan as well. Okay? This is all going to lead towards you coming up with a new plan, you see? It's to do with your wishes, it's to do with things that make you feel good, it's to do with things that you were planning for absolute ages. And what I was going to say, because of this, your life is going to be entirely, like completely different in 1 year time. In 1 year time, your life is going to be completely different. But I'm not saying that you're going to need to wait 1 year. No, your life is going to become very interesting, because this is also going to lead towards you coming out of your comfort zone big time. This is also going to be the moment in time where you're going to step into this certain dimension where there are lots of people there are quite a few different people are gonna walk into your life, but these people that are about to walk into your life are gonna be very kind of these are gonna be these specific people who are about to walk into your life, because this is to do with the new dimension that you are about to enter yourself, my gorgeous Leonie. So these particular people that are gonna walk into your life through this particular path, it's really incredible to me how much you're going to learn about things you never thought that you want to learn. You know, you're about to rediscover the whole new world. You're about to discover the whole new aspect of yourself that also it's going to be so impossible for you to not to tap into as soon as you possibly can. So the next few months are going to be so interesting. So when I said, oh, you're going to need to do something for a while, you know, I don't want this to put you off whatsoever, you know, but very often we think in a certain certain way, in a negative way, before we start something, you know, that we maybe need to do in order to get where we need to get, you know. But very often we don't realize that, you know, there is so much more to it. There is so much more to it, because there are some amazing people that you're going to meet, and these amazing people are going to be primarily responsible when it comes to you exploring the whole new side to you, the whole new side to life, you know. This is absolutely beautiful indeed. The next important date, my gorgeous Leonie, so this is on the 11th of November. The next important date is going to be on the 14th of November. On the 14th of November, sorry. The next important date is going to be on the 14th of November, and this is going to be a really strange one. On the 14th of November, you know, it's to do with this particular... I know this is going to sound really weird, okay? But it's to do with this particular person. And this particular person, it's like... so horrible to speak about somebody like this. But this particular person on the 14th of November, or at around the 14th of November, it's like kind of... it's to do with somebody who is like a really kind of good looking, and you know, somebody who's like really good looking, like really gorgeous, you know, but there is not much in, you know. It's just so horrible to speak about people like this, but you know, there are certain people, maybe I shouldn't say it like this, you know, but it's true. And this is what's going to be on your mind, you know. You're going to be either looking at this person, or you're going to be either talking to this person, or you're going to be thinking about this person on the 14th of November 2024. Somebody who's like really gorgeous, but there is not much substance. And for some reason, this person is going to make you like this person. Through this person, you are going to have this inspiration. There is something that you are so going to be inspired by when it comes to this person. So this person couldn't have happened at a better time. This is going to be brought to you by your own angels, you know, by your own spirit, through your own angels, through your own spirit guides, to be quite honest with you, because it's not about this person, but it's maybe about you getting attention, you know, and the way you're going to get attention towards this person is probably the way they're going to look. They're going to look absolutely gorgeous, you see. But then again, you will know that, you know, your opinion is going to be that there is not too much inside. But the bottom line is that there is somehow, through that person, you are going to be very inspired. There is something that you're going to be inspired by, and you're going to realize some bright prospects, you know, in your life that are going to make you feel really optimistic. And this in itself, it's really, on one hand, going to even more make you realize how much do you want to make a big change in your life. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. Through this person, you're going to realize even more how much do you want to have make a really big change in your life. Somehow you will know that the one phase of your life has come to an end, and another phase it's about to begin. And also, through this person, you're also going to realize, you know, what exactly do you need to be more practical about. Through this person, somehow you're going to realize at this moment in your life, at this moment in time, you will be thinking about something. There is some kind of question going to be on your mind when it comes to all this. And somehow, I know it sounds confusing, I'm sorry, but somehow through this person, you're going to realize what exactly do you have to be more practical about, something that you need to proceed with when it comes to all these things, you know. Through this person, somehow you're going to realize that you need to have a sensible approach towards something that you would do complete opposite. So I know this sounds really bizarre, and sometimes this life is very, very interesting and very unusual, and I suppose this is indeed going to be one of those things. And later on that day, you will be thinking about this. Later on that day, you will be thinking about this, and there is going to be like some kind of a sign, some kind of like a really major omen you're going to have, you know. So this is also like kind of going to be another confirmation you're going to have. You will realize how in tune you are. You will realize how intuitive you are, and this is always good. I mean, because the more you realize that how intuitive you are, the more open-minded you become, you know. So this is something like to kind of consider. And also the next important date, my gorgeous Leonie, it's gonna be on the 18th of November. On the 18th of November, it's like, oh my goodness. So this is to do with like a okay, this is brilliant. I think that this month is gonna be, my God, it's like a new starter. This month it's gonna be fantastic. That's all I can say, seriously. Look at this, on the 18th of November. And also, just to let you know, my gorgeous Leonie, that I know you've been waiting for something. You've been very, very passionate. You've been very patient. And you've been waiting for something. This is the feeling that I actually have when I do your reading, that you've been waiting for something for a while. You've been waiting for something for a long time, you know? And so now things are really moving forward. So on the 18th of November, you are indeed going to have this, pretty much, so you're going to become aware of this progress. This progress, it's going to be brilliant. It's not, this is really going to surprise you. This is really going to surprise you. It's going to be some kind of a progress that you're going to become aware of on the 18th of November. Something that you did not have a progress with for a while whatsoever, and this is kind of going to surprise you. But there are going to be a couple of very, very interesting possibilities for you here. You're going to have a couple of extremely interesting possibilities you did not have before. You did not have before, my gorgeous Leonie. And I can see you talking to two different people. These two different people that you will be talking to after that moment in time, they are completely different, but they are both extremely intelligent. So you will be talking to two different people after that moment in time. These two people are completely different, like a day and night. But they're both extremely intelligent. And I think, how I feel this, is that one person is like really kind of spiritual, openly spiritual, and another person is like really kind of professional. But it's also able to understand spiritual things, but that's not their side, that's not their thing, for example. But that other person was also showing, or can also show their little spiritual side. But both of these people are extremely intelligent, and both of these people are indeed in your life. And you're going to be talking to these people. These are certain people that are in your life, that you trust, they love you, you love these people, they have been in your life for a very, very long time, you know. So these two people are going to confirm this to you. You're going to be chatting to these people about these possibilities, and both of these people are going to be, wow, their reaction is going to be like almost the same. They're going to be very, very pleased for you. And what you're going to say, how you're going to feel, you know, they're just going to like kind of like really pretty much so say this, they will get it completely what you're saying. And this is for some reason going to mean to you so much. And one of these people are going to give you a couple of extra suggestions, couple of very, very interesting suggestions when it comes to these two possibilities, something that was not on your mind. And one of these people, and I think it's going to be the spiritual one, the spiritual person is going to give you like a couple of other like ideas when it comes to these two possibilities as well, and something that you did not think about, and also that particular person is going to like kind of warn you about something as well, kind of warn you about something, to pay attention to something, that something may need a little bit more attention and care before you kind of take this on, which is extremely wise. And first of all, you're going to think like, oh, what are you talking about? And then later on, you're going to have a moment, you know, in between the 18th and I would say the 20th of November, you're going to have a moment where you're going to be chilling out. You're going to have a moment where you're going to be chilling out, and you're going to have like an amazing idea as well. When it comes to these two possibilities, there is some kind of a major idea you're going to have. Some brilliant, brilliant idea. Your spirit is going to rise at this moment in time. My God, the more you think about this idea, the more strong and positive vibes you're going going to get, the more you're thinking about this idea, the more strong and positive vibes you're also going to get when it comes to some kind of a very, very difficult and dark stage of your life, you know, slowly but surely coming to an end. Like, oh my God, what a moment, what a moment. You know, I can describe this as a mind-blowing personal liberation, to be quite honest with you, my gorgeous Leonie. And the next important date is going to be on the 23rd of November. Listen to me very carefully. I know you're not going to maybe like this, but on the 23rd of November, I have to be honest, and I have to say what I see, okay? But there is somebody, and I've been seeing this person before. I'm seeing this, somebody who is in your life, like a family member, or like a very, very extremely close friend, or even it could be your partner, but somebody, I know I can't be more specific. All I can see is that this person is in your life, and somebody that, how I can help you to specify who this is you're already aware of this problem. You were aware of this for a very long time, and that particular person is doing something that they shouldn't, you know, some kind of maybe addiction to something, and it's going like a deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is a nice person, maybe sometimes like a little bit anxious, maybe sometimes like a little bit stroppy, you know, maybe sometimes a little bit anxious, sometimes a little bit stroppy. Lots of people get that person wrong, but it's just the way this person is. And that person is again gonna do something really, really silly, and you will know, this is somebody in your life, that person needs your help. And somehow you're going to need to kind of sit down with that person and talk to that person, because they're doing something that they shouldn't. There is still plenty of time for them to stop this, you know, but the longer they leave it, the worse it's going to be, because it has been a while now. And that person is going to do something unusual, you know, something unusual. And that particular person, I think they embarrassed you. Sorry, I know it sounds horrible, but I think that they embarrassed you, like about within the last couple of months. They did something silly and they embarrassed you somewhere, at maybe like something important was going on, like an important event or some kind of meeting, you know. But anyway, it's not about that. It's more about like you're just trying to sit down with that person. It's a good person. It's a good person with a good heart. But lots of people get that person wrong, because that person is maybe a little bit too stroppy sometimes, you know. The next important date is going to be on the 24th of November. On the 24th of November, my gorgeous Leonie, it's like, this is brilliant. You need to understand that on this day, you are going to become aware of the fact that you're going to need to go to make a journey. There is some kind of a trip you're going to need to make. There is some kind of journey you're going to need to make. You know, to be quite honest with you, I think that you wanted to make this trip, or you wanted to make this journey in absolute ages. I can see you wanted to make this trip, or you wanted to make this journey, my gorgeous Leonie, in absolute ages. I don't know, maybe it's some kind of like a fancy location. Maybe you're going to Barbados or something, my gorgeous Leonie, you know. No, it's like somewhere where you wanted to go for a while, or somewhere where you like going, you know. So there is going to be some kind of or maybe somewhere where you haven't even been before, but you wanted to go, and you're going to have the time of your life when you go. But you need to go wherever this is, because whatever this is, whatever journey you're going to need to make, you're going to be very excited. You're going to be very happy, my gorgeous Leonie. And you need to understand that the process of a very interesting change is going to actually start the moment in time you go wherever you need to go, whether this is going to be this month, whether this is going to be the next month, or whether this is going to be the month after. But there is some kind of interesting realization you are going to have when you're on that trip, when you're on that journey, when you're there. You will have an important realization when it comes to this amazing opportunity. And this amazing opportunity you would not really have otherwise. This amazing opportunity otherwise you would find really challenging, and you would just ignore it. This is why this is going to be so important indeed. Okay, the next important date, my gorgeous Leonie, it's gonna be like on the 25th and the 26th, at around the 25th and the 26th of November. There is gonna be some kind of maybe family problem gonna be going on, or something like that, and I can see that you're gonna have some kind of suspicion towards somebody, which is gonna, so you're gonna be suspicious about something, and then this is gonna cause just a little bit of like kind of this disagreement, but and like a little bit of disagreement, but you must not allow to confuse you or distract you from what you should be. Keep on being persistent about. You must not allow this to distract you from what you should be very, very persistent about, my gorgeous Leonie, okay? Because at the same time, you know, very soon after that moment in time, you will understand something really specific you didn't understand before, which caused this conflict of interest, you know, and otherwise you wouldn't kind of be prepared, you know, for what are you gonna find out in order to kind of see in this specific light. So I know this sounds really weird, but it's almost as if you will kind of you don't want to make some kind of impulsive mistake here as well. You need to continue with some kind of effort here. Okay, so that's the bottom line. You must not allow this conflict of interests or this disagreement to put you off from doing what you know that you should be doing. Okay, you must not make that mistake. The next important date, it's going to be on the 29th of November, my gorgeous Leonie. On the 29th of November, you know, I know this is going to sound like a dark lalish. I don't want to sound like a dark lala. My God, it's so much is going on, seriously. But on the 29th of November, again, you're going to become aware of maybe some kind of like a dishonesty. On the 29th of November, you're going to become aware of some kind of dishonesty. But listen, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. This dishonesty, you are going to find out, you know, about, my gorgeous Leonie. It's going to be primarily responsible for you. You're going to find this really beneficial because you will know which aspect of your life you need to improve. Okay, and it's also to do with something that you were so indecisive about, and you will, because of this, you will not make unwise investments. You will not make unwise investments. Because a little bit later on that particular day, still on the 29th of November, you are going to find yourself exploring something that you wouldn't explore otherwise. Because of this situation, you will be exploring something, and then you're going to find out something that's going to make you feel so determined to actually set the boundaries in your life, because this is all going to lead towards this important readjustment you are going to need to immediately make. The moment in time you make this readjustment, that moment in time you are going to have your own rebirth. And also, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to those of you who are in relationships, you are going to have such a positive experience at around the 19th of November. At around the 19th of November, you're going to have an amazing experience. I think somebody is going to reconnect with both of you, like a really great friend, or like an amazing family member, or a really great friend who you know for absolute ages. It's going to reconnect with you. There is some kind of reconnection going on here, and that person is going to visit you, or you're going to visit that person, or you're going to be talking to that person. You both love this person so much, and that person is going to offer something to you, to both of you. That person is going to offer something to both of you. You are going to be so happy. First of all, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is too much, blah, 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 I'm not too sure. But the more you think about it, the more you're both going to realize how much you want what this person offered. And it's somebody really gorgeous, really beautiful, and somebody who lives their life on their own terms. And you both love this. Love this. This person is special, that person is different, and that person lives their life in their own way, and they're really enjoying themselves. And you both like this person. This person is inspiring you so much. So this person is going to give you this crucial information, but most certainly some kind of an offer which is going to be absolutely impossible for both of you to refuse. And those of you who are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Leonie, listen to me very carefully. It's a very unusual month. I'm not being funny. I don't know, did you plan this or whatever? For those of you who are single, there are a couple of people who are going to pretty much so going to catch your attention. My gorgeous Leonie, what are you up to? I'm joking. There are going to be a couple of people who are really going to get your attention. The person number one you're going to fancy, I don't know, within the first, I suppose, half of November. And it's somebody who you don't normally fancy. like, it's not the type of person who you normally fancy, but it's the way they are, their character, their personality, blah blah blah, you know, and things like that. You're really gonna like this person, but there is something about that person being really powerful. I suppose materialistically, I say, no baby, no, no baby, no, this is not the right person for you. And you will feel that subconsciously. You will know that something is not right. And maybe when you start talking to that person is going to come across as a rather arrogant or really stroppy, and you're going to be like, no baby, no. You're absolutely right. That first person is not a person for you. But the second half of the month, you know, 8 around the time, something very kind of unusual is going to happen, and something different is going to, something unusual is going to happen. An unusual event is going to take place. Something unusual is going to happen. And you are gonna need to kind of go somewhere and do something, and I know that it's gonna be like some kind of a sense of urgency, and I'm just trying to kind of help you to understand on which day this other person is gonna pop up. That other person hasn't got nothing to do with that emergency or urgency, not emergency, nothing major, that urgent that you're gonna feel like you need to go somewhere. You know, that person hasn't got anything to do with that. But on that day later on, so the first half of the day is going to be like, oh my God, I need to go and do something important. But the second half of the day is going to be completely different. Oh, it's all going to be fine. It's all going to be good. But on that particular day, on the second half of that day, there is somebody really interesting that you are going to come across. Maybe you're going to go somewhere for a drink or something like that. It's very hard to say. But there is someone that you're going to meet. Somebody very interesting, the moment in time when you least expect it. Somebody really nice, really gorgeous, really beautiful, and completely different to that other person. Now this is somebody you most certainly should be paying attention to indeed. So now just quickly, my gorgeous Leonie, otherwise this reading is going to go on for 10 years. I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the months. Okay, let's see. Come on, be something nice for our gorgeous Leoninis. Our gorgeous Leoninis. Okay, there you go. It came out by itself. Well, there you go. There you go. Page of Wands. Absolutely brilliant. This is how you're gonna feel by the age, the age of Aquarius. Now, this is how you're gonna feel, my gorgeous Leonie, by the end of the month of November. Okay, because you are going to, within the last few days of November, you're going to be so excited because there is a whole plan you are going to have. There are some major lifestyle changes you're going to start preparing for. There are major lifestyle changes you're going to start preparing for within the last few days of November. Oh my God, the whole new stage of your life, it's about to begin. There is, you know, you felt so frustrated for so long, my gorgeous Leonis, and now finally you will be able to, you know, enter this dimension, which is going to change your life immediately. Oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful. You see, lots of people don't realize how powerful blue topaz actually is, especially when it comes to activating your third psychic eye. Yes, lots of people do not realize how significant and how powerful blue topaz actually is, because once we activate our third psychic eye, we start to understand things we never understood before. We kind of elevate ourselves both spiritually and mentally as well. This in itself, it's ever so important when it comes to understanding so much about ourselves in general, understanding so much about this life in general. You know, it really helps you to go through and to go forward in life with a completely kind of deeper, with a completely different understanding, much deeper, much more spiritual, much more serene when it comes to things that have been kind of bringing you down, when it comes to things that have been scaring you, when it comes to things that have been draining your energy in general. All this stops when you wear blue topaz. Why? Because you see things differently, and you know, because it activates your third psychic eye. You elevate yourself to the point where you see literally every single aspect in your life in a completely different light. So why is this so important? Well, it's important when it comes to you progressing in life and making the most out of life, but it's also ever so important when it comes to you protecting your precious energy. You know, it helps you to protect your precious energy as well, and this is why it's so significant. I mean, look at this. Absolutely stunning, my gorgeous people. And this is a handmade sterling silver bracelet. Okay, handmade sterling silver gate bracelet. It's 7.5 inches long and it's 10 millimeter wide, so that is quite wide. And of course, this is like a really high quality blue topaz crystalline, and this is something that I would highly recommend you to wear, my gorgeous people. And blue topaz also allow you to channel your inner wisdom and find a perfect pathway to successful opportunities, you know. And to be quite honest with you, like anyone who wears this will embrace will embrace their authentic self and trust, you know, you will trust your own power, and you will most certainly, you know, do things in life that are gonna bring you success in general. You know, you tend to make the right decisions when you wear these powerful crystals. So whether these decisions are like when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, you know, it does help you quite a lot, you know, to make the right decision, because it grounds you. It grounds you in a really specific way. Can you imagine how powerful this crystal is, when on one hand it activates your third psychic eye, therefore you elevate, you become so spiritual like never before, but then on another hand it's also very powerful when it comes to grounding at the same time, when it comes to you recentering yourself at the same time. And this is why, because you don't worry about things that you shouldn't be worrying about, and very often as well people don't realize how draining this is on our overall energy, you know, and we are not able to get in our life, you know, to the certain stage, you know, as quick as we actually could. So it really is ever so important when it comes to you realigning yourself like instantly as soon as you put this on, my gorgeous people. I really highly suggest you to get this beautiful blue topaz handmade bracelet for yourself, or you can buy it for somebody else. If you think that somebody else can benefit from it, you know, why wouldn't you buy it for them? It's absolutely beautiful. And the link to buy this gorgeous bracelet, my gorgeous people, it's going to be in the description below, or it's going to be, or I'm also going to pin the actual link on top of the comment section as well. But it is a rather beautiful bracelet, and of course I only have few of these in stock now.